Hello, hello, my lovely Aquarians. Welcome to Soulsick Tarot. My name is Christina, and I'm going to be doing your general read for the upcoming month of February. I hope that y'all are doing well. Please do remember these are general reads, gender neutral, roles can be reversed, and time is fluid. So yeah, take what resonates and leave the rest. And let's go ahead and get started. The Orphan. You guys had that in your last read too. That fear of abandonment, you know, that fear of Kairos, the shapeshifter, the mountain. Air signs coming through with this transformative lifestyle. That's what I want to say. Okay. Okay, we're going to start with the Apocalypse and the Orphan. You have the mountain and Kairos. And then you have the threshold and the shapeshifter. And, I mean, Aqua's going to start with the Apocalypse and the Orphan because, you know, I mean, the Apocalypse, the idea is like devastation for the sake of rebirth. And I feel like there's just this massive ending that's occurring for you all. I feel like it's a beautiful ending. You know, it's an ending that's freeing you from a mentality that prevented you from really embodying, you know, like the fullness of who you are. You know, you're I want to say letting go of control in a lot of ways, and kind of surrendering to the ending of a mentality and an approach. I mean, you guys had the village in a lot of your reads, or in some of your reads, but recently, I want to say. But it's just that idea of like you can't get any bigger than the village allows for you to be, and you just kind of really fighting to break free from, you know, just this cap that you had kind of found yourself in, and really freeing yourself from it in a big way. And I feel like February is just kind of that idea of, okay, you're free now. You know, like the end came, and I just want to be like, good God Almighty, was it an end? You know, like it was apocalyptic. It was all consuming. It affected all areas of your life. Whether you realized it or not, I want to say. It's funny to me, you have the Apocalypse in Kairos, and it's almost like the exact same, like the eye peeking out. But it's almost as though, like, through this ending and this, like, releasing of whatever it is that you're releasing, this fear of abandonment, however that resonates for you, you know, whether that's abandoning, like, who you are in terms of the village, or, you know, like, possibly being abandoned by the village itself, you know, maybe a little bit of both. But it's kind of that idea that now you're kind of coming into this, like, clearer vision. Of where you've been and where you want to go. You know, stepping out, I almost wanted to say, like, stepping out of line. And changing into that next version of yourself. So that you can cross into that next realm of life. Love. Okay, let's see what else we can get for my aquas. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. We have people screaming at each other right now. It's pretty normal. Okay, aquas. What else can we get for Aquas? The Six of Swords. Or the Nine. I think this is six. Seven of Wands. That is some energy coming from that corner over there. Okay. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. You know, Aquas, I feel like this is just there's really and truly just this idea of transition. I mean, I had it for my Libras too, you know, and I feel like it's just kind of been this general theme for everybody, you know, just undergoing this transition, especially for you guys. I mean, it's Aqua season. We just entered into the age of the Aquarians, you know. I mean, like, you guys have got to be feeling this, you know, in a more intense manner than anybody else. And just these endings that have been happening in your life, they're just kind of like freeing you up, I want to say, to really see who you want to be and the direction you want to go. Because I get the feeling that you're moving in a big direction. I mean, I don't know if you're literally moving, but I mean, it's almost like you're just like, if you're not moving physically, your mental attention, your focus, your drive, it's almost like this, if it's not an external move, you know, then it's like this internal shift that you guys are experiencing in a really big way, that I think is giving you the strength to really kind of pull out of your head for a second. You know, you guys are like so logical, which is like fantastic and love, but like also, you know, like sometimes you're just like in your head and it's like, whoa, you know, like you have to kind of like wrangle that I don't know, tendency. And you have the King of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, and it's just this idea of like setting out to really, I mean, this kind of has the idea of like a new job, a new opportunity that you guys could be pursuing, because I kind of get the feeling like there's just something that you have your eye on. And I want to say that this has been for a while, you know, like through the end of something. It's this idea of like coming back to life. It's almost like this death and rebirth feel that I have with this. And I feel like when you're experiencing this, like this death and rebirth vibe, it's pulling you out of your head and setting you to task to really create this, almost, I want to say, like just a tangible version of what it is that you've been envisioning. Like you've had this idea, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am. And then somehow you found yourself not being who you thought you were all along. Like almost like this identity. I don't want to say like identity crisis, but like also like this, wait a second, I thought that I was this person and you're telling me that I'm this person, and like, you know, like drama, you know, like you hate it. So you're like bringing an end to this version of yourself and coming back into this new version of yourself. And through all of this, you've had your eye on something that you've really, you know, wanted to move toward. And now you're ready to change from the person who you had been into the person who I think you had thought you were all along, but like somehow you missed the boat on it. Probably because you got caught up in your head. But it seems like whatever it is, this, you know, that's happening, this big transition for you, is really just setting you to task to move forward in a big way, that I think is going to change your life. I feel like you guys did have that, like you were either like starting a new business or you were expanding your business, but like just that huge change. And again, that's present here, you know, like that idea of like this huge change. And I imagine if it's a huge change, it's something that doesn't happen in a week. So, you know, like it's something that's just kind of carrying out through the course of the month. I'm curious. You guys will have to let me know. Oops. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, Temperance, and the Knight of Swords. I kind of get the feeling, Aquas, that this change that you're experiencing and these endings and this, you know, like this ending of this orphan mentality and, you know, just endings of all of these things that were holding you back and keeping you where you were, that you're turning away from it all with this, like, just a sense of distaste. You know, just, I feel like you're, it's almost like you ate like burnt toast or something and you were like, ugh, I can't believe it. You know, I mean, like, there's just this sense of like extreme dissatisfaction with what you're walking away from. I don't get the feeling that whatever these endings are, or, you know, if it's just one particular ending, however this resonates for you, whatever it is that is ending, I feel like you are like over it anyways. You're like, you know, I don't even like, stop. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with you. You know, like, God. Because you're hearing your calling to move in a different direction. I'm really getting movement for you guys. I feel like some of my Aquas might just be moving locations in terms of like your home. You know, like maybe you have I feel like there's an Aqua that I was talking to and they were, you know, considering, you know, moving into a different home. You know, for other of my Aquas, I think that, you know, some of you guys are possibly, you know, moving, you know, just like across the country, you know. However that resonates for you, you're moving in a direction and you're finding balance. I feel like you're bringing your life back into balance. I want to say, like, you're wearing the mask that fits you instead of the mask that somebody made generically. Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles in the Hidden Realm deck is that idea of like putting down roots. And I think that, you know, the means in which you're transitioning in life, Aquas, I feel like you guys have held back in a lot of ways. You know, there have just been, for whatever reason, you know, personal, family, you know, whatever reason it was, but I think that there's just been a lot of holding back for you guys. You know, not really allowing relationships to enter into your life in a way that really ever, you know, I mean, I like to give an example, you know, like, I know an Aqua who has dated, I don't know how many people, and I've never seen a picture of any of them. You know, like, he had like one girlfriend broke his heart, and now it's like years later and you go through and you're like, oh, you were dating somebody? Like, I would have had no idea. But, you know, just kind of this idea of like holding back in your life, you know, like you go up to the edge and then you're just like, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm comfortable here. And then kind of like getting trapped in that and when you looked at yourself, you still felt like you were being progressive or you were being outside of it all. But when other people looked at you, they saw something very different. And I think that's kind of that, like, playing into that idea of what was and what is becoming. Huge theme for like everyone. But what's becoming is something that I think is just bringing you back into balance and allowing you to really kind of settle into yourself and settle into, you know, like your next moves in life and really start to, grow and develop. I feel like you're transitioning into this next level that's it feels more adult. It feels more solid and less flighty. I mean, not to say that you've been flighty, you know, because I know my Aquas are very, ambitious and organized when it counts, But I think maybe in your personal life, like you were focused on your career and you were, or maybe you were focused on your personal life and you let your career slide. I mean, I don't know how that resonates for any of you. But, my aquas, I feel like that's really been something that you've been, just dealing with. I mean, that's just normal to human experience. You have justice again. So it seems like whatever this ending is that's bringing you toward this new, clear vision of where you're wanting to go and who you're wanting to be, and enabling you to get there. It seems like something has to be brought into justice. And I want to say that is, like this transition, this change. It's almost like whatever movement you're making, it's that transition. It's that bringing it back into alignment, bringing you back into balance. But it's affecting you in a way, I think that, like even if this is a new job opportunity or something, it's affecting you in a way that's enabling you to really turn your back on an idea that you had been, I want to say, like almost trapped in. Thanatos isn't here, but I feel like that's the energy, just like you had been trapped in something that left your vision very skewed, and now you're breaking free and gaining justice in something that possibly had slipped through your fingers before, is what I want to say. I hope this is making sense. But now's the time. It's very epiphany vibe. You have the 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles. And it's almost like now that you've come into this new truth, like you recognize that it's time for you to move. Like it's almost like this. And now I know. Bam. Shape shifted. Movement made. Where it is. Oh my god, there's so many cards. Well, anyways, setting off toward this next great thing in your life. I mean, I don't really know what all that entails for you guys, but I'm excited to find out. But it seems like a really great month. And thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope this resonates with you and that you have a wonderful month, fantastic birthday, and please like, share, and subscribe. All right. I'll see y'all again soon. Bye.